from the dungeon. We wait on a few guests to hop in. I'll be in and out, in and outy. And I got some grub coming. And I like an angle. Might come in a little bit closer. Yeah, I like it. We are live. How we doing, dropping nukes?
What's up?
Is it UAV gonna pull it off tonight so they can join the Kentucky Wildcats?
They're already in it. Both teams are in it.
Happy National Bourbon Day, guys. Happy National Bourbon Day.
You got anybody in the chat?
I ain't got to pull it up yet. Just looking at some of the analytics.
RJ the Fed women. There's a different way to monetize. RJ the Fed did his, but his is when he goes live, to watch it live, he wouldn't. It go pretty good. I like that his channel is growing. So we're just kind of learning the tricks of the trade. Somebody's on. Who's on there?
Probably you.
Are you on? You on the live? Do you need this to join the live? Whose is this? Brady going to join the live? Or it's on that? I think. Oh, this is.
That's my work phone.
Yeah, we're just waiting on a few to jump in. Guess I gotta listen out when the people call.
Timmy's in. He said Sigma.
Ski. Yeah, we're waiting on a few to jump in.
What's the proof on the rum finish? 109. Oh, you got a little bit of char in the bottle. Look at it going around there.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream here on National Bourbon Day. Happy National Bourbon Day to all you guys that are joining and jumping in the chat. Quickest support that you could give right away immediately is just throw us a thumbs up on the video. Just a simple hey, how y'all doing? Whatever you want to do, throw up in the chat, ask any questions. As you can see, we're bringing a couple different models to you today that varies in mash bill, barrel finishes, cruise points, distilleries. It's kind of been a little bit of a fun day here. So we're gonna. It's as the Bourbon Jamaican said over here to the right. It's Fresh Crack Friday. So we're gonna open up a couple of fresh pours for you guys today.
Yeah, so French Oak, 2XO, and the Old Forester 117 series. the Bourbon Jamaican picked up after work today. We just did a review of the French Oak 2XO. Keep an eye out tonight for that. But that, as far as I know, that just came out today. A lot of stores around us just got it today. This 117 I've been looking for a while. So happy to finally get one of those. And then of course Boone County released the Caribbean Rum Cask last weekend, so the Bourbon Jamaican had to get a bottle of that.
I had to. You see that, Boone County? I need you to get a picture of me on the bottle soon.
Fellas, what do you want to try first?
We've already indulged into the, I'm curious, I'm curious to either the Ezra.
The Ezra is the highest proof of the three.
So we'll start with, do you want to start with the Old Forester then?
What do you think, Chris?
I thought the rum finish.
Alright, first strike.
Oh, you can't, how they do it, can't have the,
Shake. All you guys and gals out there, College World Series started today at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know, it's go UVA over here, baby. We tied up right now, going into the bottom of the 7th. North Carolina's got runner in scoring position out there on 2nd. So you'll see me bearing off to the right a lot. We got the game going in the background over here, and
Stephen Farrar said yo-yo.
What up, Steven?
I'll be bouncing back and forth in between contact.
AKA, is that Puff?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Puff Sullivan.
What's up, Puff? AKA Steve.
Oil of mass destruction said reverse Oreo. We gotta swap seats.
I'll let you pour it to your liking.
What, are you afraid of a heavy pour? Looks like you got a little heavy pour over there today.
Yeah, it ain't too much.
One more?
No, that's straight.
We're not even using that. That's crazy. Why are we not using measuring cup? I think, well, at least y'all ain't gotta get up tomorrow. Last.
That's the only thing that sucks about these Boone County bottles is pouring out of them. So this is 108.8 proof. Boone County Founders Reserve Bourbon finishing a rum barrel. Does not say how old the bourbon was or how long they finished it in a barrel.
It does come with a very beautiful label though.
It does. And it does say straight bourbon, so it's at least 4 years.
That rum finish is really good. It almost tastes like that the Z, what's it? Rum starts with the Z. It's a lot sweeter, more spice, like a spice rum almost. It could be Appleton. They did a rum series called Duppy Rum, and I know that Duppy is normally a term used in the Caribbean or mainly in Jamaica for Ghost, which it's bottled by Ghost. So this is something that Ghost has a hand in. You know, when they originally started, it was Ghost, and they had their own with a spill. So it looked like Ghost is back.
I did hear a rumor one day at the Merchants Club that Boone County is they've had their first barrel ever, and they've had it aging since they started doing their thing or whatever, and they're supposed to release bottles out of that this year. I don't know if there's any truth to that, or
It'll be $400.
I was gonna say 250 at minimum,
I wonder if that's what their
because they've been in
10-year
business
weeded
what,
was.
10 years, right?
Well, yeah, the 10-year weeded was 200. It smells like maple syrup.
Yeah, it's very delicious.
Let mine open up a little bit more.
Most of y'all have known over the past, what are we in June? So over the past 6 months, we've embarked on outings, we've embarked on tastings, we've done a whole lot, and we're continuing to grow. We just hit another milestone a couple of days ago. We finally went over 600 subscribers, and you know, I just want to say thank you guys a lot for all the support. We try to bring you as much honesty and raw content as we can. We don't ever try to sugarcoat it. We just give it to you how it's supposed to go.
or how we think it goes. Either way, there's no right or wrong in the bourbon world. It's just fun, right?
Yeah.
Nougat phrases a very interesting question, and it's funny that you bring this up because I've never watched the Game of Thrones, but here lately, in the last couple of weeks, I've been binge watching the Game of Thrones. So I've actually thought about this recently. And,
What was his comment?
Nougat says, "Do you think you would survive ancient times like before gunpowder? One wrong word from mouth and head is gone."
Off with his head.
Nougat, I'm telling you straight right now, my head is gone, brother. I would not survive during that time period because I definitely say some off the wall and out of left field things, and sometimes
Especially when he's feeling real good.
it doesn't land the way that I hear it in my head. So
Better start bulking up then.
it would, yeah. I'd be the mountain or the hound in that.
Yeah.
And so, me personally, I would either have to be a fighter or I would probably lose my tongue during those time periods. What about you guys?
I'll definitely probably be a fighter.
You be like Martin Lawrence, the Black Knight?
The Black Knight.
I'd have to start training.
Instead of like a barrel rider, they're gonna call me the Dragon Rider.
They'd send me to the North Wall.
I'm familiar with the North Wall.
They send me there.
Your package just make it home.
Mm-mm.
Still?
I know. Dropping Nukes is on a package kick now. He's done blessed us with the old new riff, and he's got some other stuff in transit.
Last year I signed up for the Jim Beam barreled in box, and I had to be on the waiting list probably about 9 or 10 months, and I was lucky enough to get in on the list this year. They didn't do a spring release, but they are doing a summer, fall, and winter release. And my first package is set to arrive today, and I was hoping to be able to unbox that here live today. It was supposed to hit the steps at between 12:30 and 4:30. Unfortunately, the UPS truck has not shown up. I waited at home as long as I could until it got delivered or notified, and it hasn't showed up yet. So
The driver is gone. He hit a lick.
So fortunately, there's a couple things that I haven't seen anybody on YouTube review yet or mention or talked about yet. So I'm hoping that stays true to by the time that I can get it and we can get it on recording and bring it to you guys. We'll do the whole unbarreled unboxing of the unbarreled barreled and boxed and see what happens.
Oh, did you guys see the other bottle that comes out tomorrow? Is the New Riff 8-year rye.
I think you sent us a picture, did you?
Somebody already got a bottle. I've seen it. Or did that just from they did a first release online.
They sent an email yesterday that said it was going to be available Saturday.
I think it's only a distillery release. It wasn't an online release like the old New Riff. Like you had to be a part of the New Riff club or whatever to get the old New Riff, but this one is to the public.
But it's going to be just like the bourbon. It's 8 years, 100 proof, non-chill filtered, but it's a rye. I don't know if it's going to be my cup of tea or not.
UVA goes up, 3 down, and the top to 8th in, and we're going into the bottom of the 8th is 2-2. We'll kind of bounce in and out and give you, obviously some bourbon things, but even some ancient times statements, but kind of give you a little bit of live reaction. If I get a little crazy here in the bottom of the 9th or something, I'll probably have to step away. During the regular season, UVA played one series against UNC, and they took 2 out of 3 games. Henry Ford, which is he's the true freshman on UVA, and he's gonna be a staple in that program and continued success. He's a beast. He actually smashed 3 home runs in the first game against UNC this year. He's hit a couple warning track bombs, but anybody that watches college baseball knows that Omaha is probably the biggest field that any college baseball player plays on throughout the regular season or postseason, I guess I should say. So we'll see how it all shakes down. It's definitely a good game if you can tune in to ESPN and catch it.
Time for a nap.
Yeah, time to go pick the baby up from daycare is what it is.
Thank you everybody that is continuing to tune in and show the channel some
You want to
love.
pick up Lou?
Is it?
You know, the quickest way to support the channel other than just watching us sit here and hang out with us is to just hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy some of the topics of discussion and like what you see, you know, just three random dudes just getting together and enjoying a sip of bourbon. Happy National Bourbon Day, like we said at the beginning of the video.
Alright, so we're getting into the Old Forester.
Bourbon Jamaican's getting a little spunky now.
It's kind of heavy for me. My hand got a little heavy on that one.
So funny story about this 117, the High Angel share is I went to the last bourbon event in Northern Kentucky. It was actually in Union, Kentucky, and I got there. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and next thing I know, I was there about 6 or 7 hours. I did not have any luck that day. It was over 1,000 people, and I was number 830th in line.
Damn.
Thankfully, I was still able to pick up a stag, one that I didn't have. I have a couple different stags now, and they had this 117 there, and nobody was picking it up at the time. And then Brady called and said, was there any left? I said, yeah. By the time Brady got there, either A, they sold them all, or
Took 'em
they
to the back.
took them to the back. And then today we go in and pick up the French oak.
There's a case of them.
Yeah, and they had them on a barrel, and they were trying to sell them. So we were
Yeah.
able to pick that up today. So
Hell yeah. 110 proof Old Forester. So basically the gimmick behind this one, it's non-age stated. Basically they heat cycle their warehouses, which a lot of companies don't do. So they went through these barrels and they found the ones that had the highest angel share in them, which means the most evaporative loss. So when they opened the barrel, there wasn't that much whiskey left. And they combined a large amounts of these barrels that had a little bit of whiskey left in them to make this batch.
Thought that was a devil's cut.
No, the devil's cut is what comes out of the barrel, like what drips down the sides.
Thought they like pressed the wood or something after they get them out.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's what's stuck in the wood, and then they.
Yeah.
So like if you empty a barrel, it's still soaked, and if you let it sit outside, all that bourbon's gonna drip out of the wood. That's the devil's cut.
I checked, put about a half gallon of water and roll it in the yard a couple times. You get some good stuff.
Smells like an Old Forester. It's brown sugar and oak and banana.
It's very banana. A lot of banana actually.
I haven't had anything from the 117 series to my knowledge. I may have had one over at your house a time prior to this.
This is my
Sure.
first time.
That's good.
It's I picked up a couple of the 117s, but I've never opened them or drank them. So cheers to National Bourbon Day. I'm sure if you spend the next hour or so with us, you're gonna hear us say that a couple different times because it's the cliche of the day. It's got a real nice nose on it. It's one of the better noses that I've had in a while.
My only issue with Brown Foreman stuff is like, I really like this, but it's $75 for a mini, so
Right.
150. If you just took that Blue Label barrel strength that we killed on Memorial Day and add 3 drops of water to it,
That's good.
why it would taste similar to this.
Yeah.
Like, this is good. This is classic Old Forester. But I don't know if it's worth the premium. Is what I'm getting at.
Like you said, it's part of the gimmick.
Sure.
So for MSRP, for that's what, half the amount. So how much? That's what.
That's a 375.
Yeah.
Hello to everybody that just jumped in.
Yeah. How's it going? Happy National Bourbon Day.
Yes, thank you guys.
We're just opening up Fresh Crack Friday. If you're just joining in, opening up a couple new bottles that have recently been acquired throughout the group. Kind of just sitting back, catching the end of the first College World Series game today. Virginia versus UNC. It's a pretty tight ball game. It's got me on the edge of the seat, so you'll continuously see me look over here to my right, so we don't get copyrighted by YouTube. We can't throw it on the TV in the back, unfortunately, for you guys. So you kind of get to see a live reaction and just kind of be a part of the hangout session.
Absolutely.
An idea real quick. Grab that Early Times Black Cap. I want to have a small sip of this to compare.
It's the same mash bill.
Same, yeah.
Huh.
You want some?
Yeah. It's like
Chris?
like a thimble.
As the Angels,
Yeah, to compare. Do you want some of this?
Yeah, I'll take it. Just give me a thimble, please, sir.
One drop of whiskey hits the glass and he said, stop! I like Early Times Bottom of Bond a lot. It's a very good value for it. The other thing too is look how dark that is. It's darker than the Old Forester.
But it's almost the same. I think the angle of this, the lighting hits, but they're both pretty dark if you put them up. See? So they're about the same.
So the Early Times is a 1 liter, 100 proof, minimum 4 years, and it's $27.
Can't beat it.
And this is $75, non-age stated, 110 proof for a 375.
Yeah. Like I said,
The nose is awesome though.
yeah.
This, funny enough, when I smelt this, the first thing I thought of when we fresh cracked it was 1924.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, man, that nose is good, but remember the 1924, the palate wasn't near as good as the nose. This one it is. This is what 1924 should have been.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably like a good idea. They should have done that with the 19, especially for the price.
Should have been 110 proof. They have a 93 proof and a 115 proof, and then barrel strength, and then bottle and bond. Throw a 110 or a 120 in there just because they don't have it, especially at 10 years. I like the High Angel Share a lot. I get this like really long, lingering, like caramel coated banana is the finish to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It has just enough kick to it on the back end, so you still get that warm finish or Kentucky hug.
The Early Times has a lot more oak to me. I mean, it's not as sweet. It's kind of oak, brown sugar, and then it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So the Old Forester must be older.
Yeah, well, probably because if it's like
It's got a lot longer finish.
yeah, like I said, if that's 4 years, and say if this stays in the warehouse till it's on the last drop, even though it has to be in there for a while for it to evaporate to whatever
Oh yeah.
minimum. So
It's probably at least 6 years old if I had to guess. Minimum.
minimum.
Yeah, I heard a lot of mixed reviews about the High Angel Share, so I was hesitant, but I really like it.
The nose on it's very creamy, like
Oh.
cream,
Very.
like a banana Foster's or something almost.
100%.
Like very creamy. It smells good, tastes good. They should have made it the bigger bottle. price range, after taxes, I think it's like MSRP at what, 60, 70 bucks or 70 bucks.
The High Angel?
Yeah.
Yeah, 70.
So with taxes, you're looking at 75. I think I heard my doorbell. Hold it down, Brady. You're on your own, Brady.
I got it. I got you. The early time smells good though. Just nowhere near as potent as the High Angel Share. It's like really concentrated sweetness. It's like brown sugar, caramel, banana, oak. A note I get on the Jack Barrel Proofs a lot is white chocolate for some reason. I get that a little bit on this. This reminds me, actually, I just tried this year's Jack 10 last week. This reminds me of the Jack 10. The Jack 10 might be a little sweeter, but it's more char heavy, which isn't for me. I like oak, I don't like the spicy, bitter char. I got the chat right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I could crush that whole bottle of that High Angel Share.
Yeah. It only wouldn't take much.
No.
But you know, another one I didn't know that they make is that Claremont.
That's Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Claremont Steve.
Yeah.
You got one up there.
Yeah, my buddy dropped it off. And I didn't realize I haven't tried it. I think that's like the 15 year, but I've never had it. I've seen it and I just
15?
Yeah, the ones up here, that's a 15 year.
No.
Or 14.
No, it's a single malt.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a 6-year single malt.
Oh, I'm sure.
Virginia
Oh,
came
this
up,
is-
3 up, 3 down in the top of the ninth, going into the bottom, tied up.
It says 15-year-old.
That's Calumet.
Calumet.
Didn't they stop making the 8-year Calumet?
I believe so. A lot of people were shitting on it.
Single rack black.
Yeah, the 15 and 16-year Calumets are good.
What's the
I
Claremont?
didn't know if an 8-year was worth
Oh,
picking
the
up right
Claremont
now.
is this one.
Yeah, with the red label.
Yeah.
I didn't know if the 8-year was worth picking up right now just to have as, because it's obsolete, right?
Yeah. That Calumet is 1792.
I'm curious, other than which one's the one you all just got, the orange label? Somebody just did a whole lineup, but the only one he didn't have was that one, the rye one that we had gotten the other day.
The 1792 High Rye.
Rye.
Oh,
Right.
I'm glad you picked up on that. I was like, what do you, yes. I understand. I pieced the puzzle together now.
That 1792 High Rye was absolutely delicious.
Really good.
I probably could have killed that whole bottle that day. I
I put it on the shelf,
was pretty toasted that
and
day.
it's lower than all my other 1792s, so I haven't had a pour out of it yet.
You gotta
Not
catch up.
Not a single pour since
Oh,
I bought it.
But I don't know, the guy that reviewed it, he pretty much dogged the single barrel and the sweet wheat. But I think the sweet wheat is pretty good and the single barrel.
I think the
Barrel
sweet weed is kind of overrated.
I agree.
Yeah. But I'm a wheat, I like the wheat, I like the corn.
It's very grainy, the sweet wheat.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about it.
But it was good though, I do enjoy it.
So here we go, baseball fans. We're going into the bottom of the ninth. UVA went up in the top, 3 up, 3 down, 2 flyouts to center, 3 pitches. Then
And
ground out to second. It's I'm not sure where we are in UNC's lineup. They got their heavy hitters coming or what? But
So the only bottle we got left to crack is the Old Ezra. You have you gonna be all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be alright.
Have you ever had this before? Like a different version of it,
I've had
or a different
this,
bottle, I should
a
say.
different bottle. I've had this, I have a couple of Ezra's open
Yeah.
over there. I got the 99.
But if you had the 7 years,
I've had the 7-year. So originally, like when the 7-year first came out, it wasn't even that expensive, man. And all of a sudden, it just jumped. And then the ryes actually a lot higher
Yeah.
than this one.
The rye is really good. The bourbon is too, but the rye is spectacular.
Yeah, I got a bottle of the rye. So this is a barrel strength, 7-year, and charcoal, mellowed. I'm curious.
So Lux Row at the time didn't make their own stuff. So this bottle is just Elijah Craig. It's Elijah Craig 7-year at barrel strength. And then they charcoal mellowed it. So it's like Jack Daniels.
Alright, this should be my last Reserve reverse Oreo. I should sit in the middle.
So have y'all been keeping up with the regionals and the super regionals? UNC's walked off several times. They even walked off with a grand slam, and they start the bottom of the ninth off with a double. It's not a good start to the inning. Everybody knows the importance of getting that first win on day one of the College World Series, because it's so difficult to come out of that loser's bracket and make a deep run. So
How does that work? I'm not privy with the baseball stuff. Do they play like a one and done when it gets to the World Series, or they have to play an actual series best of 3?
no, it's a double elimination tournament for
Okay.
the final 18.
So there's
one and
8
done.
in the World Series?
Mhm.
I didn't realize that. I thought there was 4.
It's 4 ACC teams and 4 SEC teams this year.
Oh shit.
So
And they're playing the ACCs play the ACC and SECs play the SEC.
no, this is how the bracket shook out.
Damn.
Tennessee comes up next at 6 o'clock. They're playing FSU. FSU has been on a tear. They've scored a boatload of runs in the playoffs this year, so
Well,
we need a little help right here, guys. So
You need Jesus.
who do the Cats play? Because that's what matters.
that's not what matters.
O-C-A-T-S, cats.
I believe they play Texas A&M. Or no, they play NC State.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, they're playing NC State.
Why is NC State in the SEC?
They're not. They're one of the 4 ACC teams to make it.
Man, they've been doing good this year. Women's basketball, men's basketball, football, baseball, basketball.
Yeah, they play NC State tomorrow at 1.
So do they go to like a specific stadium, or do they go?
Yeah, they go to Omaha, Nebraska. They play the College World Series is played in Omaha. Get out. When it runs 90 feet away, 1 down, we need a big strikeout right here, guys.
I like the note on this one. This one is pretty delicious.
It's a little strong.
Little barrel proof.
What do you think of the High Angel shirt, Chris?
This is coming in 117
That'd be the one you just drank.
Yeah, it's got an ethanol finish to it, in my opinion. It's not bad. What's the proof point on it?
110.
one.
I was gonna say 108, 107. A lot of that.
Yeah.
The Scotch cast sounded cool, but it's like 93 proof.
I don't like nothing about Scotch.
I don't either, but a lot of people said that it doesn't taste scotchy, it just makes it really fruity.
The Macallan, that's Scotch I can drink, and Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker has like always been a staple growing up. Everybody, the black label Johnny Walker, they used to call it Drunko Bucky Rum.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
Good, I was just checking if it was open, because I think there's a little bit full, so I'm gonna get it out and then-
Sorry, we got visitors.
Wish me luck.
Good
All
luck.
right, thanks for having us over.
You are.
But yeah, the Scotch cask I thought would have been interesting just because like I'm not a Scotch guy either, but I heard it was good. But it's like, it's $70 also for a 375, but it's 93 proof. I ain't paying $150 when you do the math for a whole bottle of something that's 93 proof.
Yeah.
And Scotch finish. The Old Ezra does smell good.
It's ironic because the last time I drank Old Ezra, UVA lost a baseball game as well.
Well, good thing you haven't had to drink Old Ezra yet.
Right.
Smells like an Elijah Gregg. Tastes like one too. That's good.
You almost contemplate putting a runner on at first, right here. You don't throw enough, nothing to hit. Put them on first to set up that double play, right? We got a couple lefties in the bullpen warming up. We got a right-hand hitter coming.
Well, it's 2-0 right now, right?
So, he went chasing. That helps us.
I can't see if that's a 2 or a 3.
It counts 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Gotcha.
We knew going into the game that it was a tough matchup. We didn't want to, UNC did lead the ACC this year. We didn't want to match up against some guys in the first round, but it's been a hell of a ball game.
What seed is North Carolina?
The number 4 seed.
Virginia's what, 12?
Yeah.
That's cool they made it that far as the 12 seed. Oh.
Stay and play, baby. Let's go. That's huge, baby. Let's go. With the year that UVA won the national championship in college baseball, we were also a 12 seed, but we did not have the potent offense that we had this year. Them boys leading up into this game, they had scored like 14 or 15 runs with 2 outs, and they just really have that killer dog in them. So if we can get up out, unfortunately, the lineup is turned over for UNC and probably their best players at the bat right now. So this is going to be really big.
Started with a strike. Now they call it ball.
Vance Honeycutt is he's up there with some of the greatest players that's ever played for UNC. He's cool, calm, and collected. This moment's not too big for him, so it'll be a big momentum swing if we can get up out of this thing. Pitcher's definitely dealing a little careful to him. He don't want to make no mistakes going into this. It's got me on the edge of the seat, folks. I'm not quite sure. Let's go. That's a big swing and a miss. So if you're just tuning in, happy National Bourbon Day to you guys. Appreciate you tuning in and checking us out, spending a little time with us, whether you stay 30 seconds, a minute, 10 minutes, however, whatever fits your forte. If you could smash that like button, say hey, that's it. Ball game. Honeycutt came through in the clutch for UNC. Once again, another walk-off for UNC. They've been walking off all playoffs. And, that's one of their best players, so.
So was this Virginia's first game of the World Series?
It's the first game of the World Series for the whole term,
Gotcha,
actual
so-
World Series, so.
So they still get a second crack at it.
Yeah, UVA falls down to the losers bracket.
So they'll play 2 and out, and they'll get rid of 4 teams, and then with the last 4, do they do 2 and out again? Or no?
They'll play a best of 3 series once it gets down to the final 4.
Gotcha.
What do y'all think about the Old Ezra 7 year?
Chris hasn't made it to it yet.
Oh, he's playing catch up.
UVA just lost.
Oh. So do they play another one?
Yeah.
So they'll go probably wins, then points, and then from there, where did they go?
If they lose another game, they're out of the World Series. You know, he just threw one low down to him. He was able to turn his hips and drive it down the line. I mean, you almost.
He knew it as soon as he hit it. That's crazy.
You contemplate putting Honeycutt on. I mean, Honeycutt's been a stud all year.
I would have walked him.
Yeah, you got first base open. It's almost a regrettable decision. It's unfortunate.
I really like the old Ezra.
Yeah.
It's got a peanut butter taste to it. Peanut butter, chocolate, a little bit of caramel.
It's spicy.
Woo! It's got some char to it.
Yeah. It has a bacon, not a bacon, but a almost like a basil, like a thyme basil kind of taste.
I don't get that.
You didn't get it? I definitely get like a herb flavor. I don't get it on the nose, but I taste it. That is good.
I hate UNC.
What are they talking about? Anybody?
We haven't got any comments recently. Let us know if you guys got any questions. If you tried any of these bottles we're just now trying. If you're looking for them.
Still kind of early out there in the West Coast.
Yeah.
Damn, that's unfortunate. That's not how we wanted to take the weekend off. We'll be back. Catch the loser of this Tennessee FSU game. See what happens.
Let me know when you try that old Ezra. I think I might like it more than the old Forester.
Oh, Forster won't bad.
No, I liked it. I just wish that it were a little bit better than that, considering the price. That's all. I'm not disappointed with my purchase. I was debating earlier whether or not to get a second one, but I don't think it's worth it. So,
Damn, man.
you
I
want me to turn the TV off?
got a question on why we don't just give up that free base to Honeycutt, honestly. I'm gonna try to dictate what kind of line is doing over there, but you almost put them on and put the bat in the number 2 spot. It was rough. Rough, I tell you. What's everybody out there watching? What's your plans for Father's Day? I'll be coaching my daughter's volleyball game and then going back and fixing me up a old seafood broil. And
Nice.
hopefully sipping on that barreled and box from Jim Beam.
Doing crawfish too, or just shrimp?
Crawfish too. Throw a little Cajun spice on there. Make it all hot.
What else we got to open? No, I'm kidding.
Well, now that the Bourbon Jamaican has walked away, how many lights can we get to open up this Parkers Heritage? We're at 4 likes right now, and we're about 40 minutes into the stream, so we're about at 10 minutes a like. If y'all go ahead and run this thing up to 50, I think we in there. Share it with your friends, tell your friends. If you want to see somebody open up an expensive bottle by just liking a video, now's your chance.
So I guess the other whiskey news, Chris, was that Master's Keep for Wild Turkey came out this week.
The Master's Keep last year was just so disappointing.
Yeah, the rum one. So this year it's a 10 to 12 year rye blend at 104 proof. They sold at the distillery for the last couple of days. They sent out an email today saying that they were going to sell it online here soon. My only problem with it, man, is it's $275.
I was gonna say, compared to last year, is it 300 plus or?
$275.
So if they're putting it on online, they must have not jumped off the shelves like they were anticipating, right?
Well, they were supposed to sell it online before they sold in the distillery, but something happened, apparently. Is what I had read. The big news, though, the other thing I heard today, I read an article, there was a press release. Russell's 15 drops July 1st.
Wow. That's on a Tuesday.
That's a Monday.
Yeah.
So,
What you eating there, bud?
Some sourdough.
Some sourdough.
You know, somebody dropped off dinner on life. And if you're out there, man, not a lot of people do this kind of stuff. We've been getting meal trays here the last couple of days. On Tuesday, my wife was a living donor. She donated a kidney to a friend. And it's kind of heartwarming and eye-opening. You don't have to be a driver's license donor if you die or in an accident to donate. You can be a living donor, and her and that lady are a living testament to that. You don't have to wait to help save a life. So that's why I just ran upstairs to grab something real quick, because somebody had did a meal train or whatever, and they dropped off, but I snuck a piece of that sourdough to soak up some of this bourbon as I was coming down. But if you can, man, do something positive, man. Like I say, you don't have to wait till you're not here or last minute. Go get tested. If somebody's waiting to help and you feel like you want to help, go get tested to be a living donor, whether it's plasma, donate blood. It all adds up at the end of the day, and helping is sharing is caring, pretty much.
Yeah, so cheers to Ashley and her friend on a nice recovery.
Katie Malroney, and Ashley, this is to y'all, and happy National Bourbon Day, to a speedy recovery.
It's people like Ashley that let you know that the world hasn't gone to continued shit, and there's still some positive people in the world out there.
Make you still believe in humanity, because that's what it really boils down to.
Yeah, there's just unfortunately in today's generation, there's just not a lot of love and respect, and it's more of a me culture than it is a we culture, and as I reflect with Father's Day coming up, I really reflect on the fact of what kind of society are we really growing our children in.
What kind of examples are we setting?
Yeah, because obviously it starts at home, and unfortunately in today's day and age, there's a lot of grandmas and grandpas that are out there raising kids.
Grandkids, they raise the kids, now they're raising the grandkids, and some of them raising great-great-grandkids.
So do your part in society, and just it don't take much effort to be a good person. Love your neighbor. Jesus said it best.
Yeah.
What's you guys' thoughts on Trevor Lawrence signing a 5-year, $275 million contract, $200 million guaranteed? Is he a top 5 quarterback in the NFL?
Yep.
He's second highest paid behind Burrow, right? Is that what they said?
He got Burrow money.
So
So
I thought that was Lamar Jackson was up.
Lamar's fifth highest.
Damn. So who got?
so $200 million guaranteed to a man that has I think the Jaguars have won 1 playoff game since he's been there.
First playoff game they won in like 20 years or something.
They won the Super Bowl.
Jaguars ain't won no.
They've been to the Super Bowl in the last 5 years.
No, they ain't.
No.
What?
Yeah, the Jaguars haven't been.
Early
to the Super Bowl.
2000s.
When Fournette was there?
No.
Damn, I need to get brushed up on my.
Oh my God. Trevor Lawrence's resume leading up to the NFL has always put him as a winner. You know, he won state high school championships. He's won a national championship,
But he looked good this year.
and yeah, he showed promise this year, right?
Yeah.
But is it 200 million? What expectation are you putting out there? What does Brock Purdy get? Brock Purdy, you know, a lot of people. There's a lot of.
This is coming from a 49ers fan.
I was gonna say there's a little bit of bias.
He wanted all Mr. Irrelevant to get his cut.
I'm just saying, like Trevor Lawrence, who you know, I mean, hasn't done shit in the AFC compared to a guy that's been to
Hang on now.
two NFC championships and now a Super Bowl.
Hang on now. The AFC is a lot tougher than the NFC.
Oh, get out of here!
Yeah, Purdy's. I think Purdy if he brushes up on his time management, I think he'll be able to execute a lot of them closeout games. I think he leaves so much.
Y'all hear old Bourbon Jamaican Newton over here?
I think he should. You know, he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. I like him, but I think with his youth, he can build around his team. But I think once he's able to manage,
He's got better numbers than Burrow's in his first 3 years, right?
well, look what Burrow got compared to him.
Burrow got paid because he went to 1 Super Bowl, and then he's been hurt for two other years.
Well, that's what do you expect when you got an only child that didn't get roughed up by a brother and sister? He's kind of frail, so he's just not getting a little bit of callus.
I'm just saying, so Burrow should be paid, but Purdy
Purdy should be getting paid, but you know what I'm saying, everything comes with time.
And now you're trying to tell me that Trevor Lawrence deserves a better paycheck than Purdy, who's been to 2 NFC championships
I think
and a Super Bowl?
Purdy deserves more than Lawrence, yes.
Yeah.
But Lawrence should not be the second highest paid.
Y'all
Neither
really-
should Purdy.
So they want to talk about bias. We're from Northern
Burrow
Kentucky, and
should-
these boys are Cincinnati fans, and they gonna
Burrow
sit here.
shouldn't be highest paid. If you're going
Burrow should not even be the highest paid quarterback.
This
in the
says Colts on
NFL.
my shirt, so you're talking about Richardson. This says Colts. You know what I'm saying?
They bounce back and forth each Sunday. It depends on which team is
As
playing.
long as the Colts start playing the Bengals, don't get it twisted. I'm cheering for the Bengals and the Colts. Those are my two.
If you're going off pure statistics, then it should be Mahomes. That's the highest paid quarterback because of all the championships he's winning. But he does. But you can't pay him the highest. You can't make him the highest paid quarterback and keep winning championships because then you start losing other people because they can't afford him, Kelsey, and everyone else.
For all you Bengal fans out there, T. Higgins.
Look, pay him. Is it Paul Brown? Pay the man.
Paul, it's not Paul.
It's
Brown.
not Paul Brown.
Paul Brown's dead.
Well, Paul Brown family, pay the man. We need this dub, and I know you want to buy you. Y'all trying to sneak Justin Jefferson's, but I think the Vikings gonna want a lot.
Well, no, the Vikings just paid him.
Well, you ain't getting the Bayou clan back together, so you might as well pay T.
Jefferson got big money.
You better off reaching out to Burrow and telling him to take a pay cut. That's the only way you keep it T. But T. Higgins is not a wide receiver 1 in the league. He is a solid wide receiver 2, but T. Higgins isn't even better than Brandon Ayuk.
I think differ.
I think
Look at the
that.
numbers.
He
The
been
numbers
putting
don't
in work.
lie.
Hang on, Yosavash didn't play that much last year, and with Boyd gone now, Yosavash is going to take his spot. I think that they're going to see how he plays.
Where's that young that's that white kid?
No. He's the guy that they just drafted last year, the receiver.
I don't know, but I think when
Irwin's the white guy.
Chase is out, T. Higgins pick up the slack, and he doesn't
Sure.
even flinch.
Chase is the man. They're going to keep paying.
Right.
They're going to make room to pay Chase. They're trying to see if Yosavash can replace Higgins. If Yosavash gets hurt or plays like shit, then they're going to have no choice but to try to find a way to keep Higgins.
Higgins the man. I don't care what they say. Pay the man. Let's go. We're going back to the Super Bowl.
He's also pretty injury prone.
No, when was he injured? I
The
remember.
last 2 years.
T. Higgins had 42 receptions last year for 656 yards.
Just scroll down to games played and career. It might be under stats, yeah. Games played 16, 14, 16, 12.
Out of 18 games.
Even
gotta
when he
count the
played
bye.
even when he played 16 games, he barely broke 1,000 in 2 seasons.
So in 21
You got,
and
going into
you got
20
Joe Mixon getting the ball. You got Boyd.
Sure.
You got tight ends.
I get that, but in 21 and 23, he missed games due to injury.
I don't remember that. I think he was on suspension for one of those.
Suspension.
I don't know.
I
I
wasn't
missed that
there.
one.
Yeah. Trying to think of something.
Yeah. But I think I'm ready for a splash. So we did the 2XO. Look out for that video to drop later tonight. This right here has been highly anticipated by the guy in the Virginia hat dropping nukes. He's all about 2XO. I have grown to love this product, and I really do enjoy it. Right now, the Kiwa blend is my absolute favorite. This one, I'm definitely starting to like just because of the flavor profile. It's low proof. If you know, or if you've been watching our videos, you know I like anything in the 100 range. They got me up to about 130 something proof on some stuff that don't really drink like it, but you still get that full.
He was drinking that 131 proof Old Forester on Memorial Day like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. I pour him a glass and he's like, all right, has a sip and he goes, man, that's really good. Never once coughed, never said that's hot.
That was good.
Look at him.
So if anybody's reviewing from the Memorial Day video, we had a really great time. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, that video went into archives. Maybe drop it a couple months down the road. And
Couple
see.
decades.
Yeah, probably Christmas.
We'll see if we can't take some edits out of that and put them on. You know, since we started down this journey of Bourbon Tube, we've always discussed trying to clip things and put together kind of like a little funny blooper type of thing for you guys out there. We think that it would be a cool little content video thing that we throw together. Unfortunately, we do not have like a real editor type of thing. Everything's done in-house. The Bourbon Jamaican does a lot of things on his own. He's learning as he goes and bringing you the best content that we can. That goes with audio as well. We're learning as we go.
Shout out to Tater Dom. She has gave us a little bit of knowledge on the AV side. Did I say that right? Or
It was
VH?
Tater.
Yeah.
EH Tater.
Is it EH Tater?
Tater Dom is a fellow person that we connected with in RJ the Fed and his community. So we appreciate, you know, we've all grown to really enjoy what RJ the Fed has brought to the table, and you know.
So we got two taters.
We're right. There's Tater Dom and there's EH Tater, and you know, RJ the Fed. Shout out to you. We've enjoyed your content. We've enjoyed, you know, being a part of the community, and
We love the live. We enjoy the trips and the journeys for sure.
watching you grow. Both of our channels are growing
Neck and neck.
yeah, pretty consistently with one another. And if you haven't checked him out, swing over there. He's pretty much going live daily right now and being a part of his bourbon hunts and his journeys to work.
Yeah.
So,
When you make them pit stops, hit a couple stores on the way.
you know, we, RJ the Fed's out there in Texas. I've invited him and his father to come be a part of the Kentucky Derby at some point. He had mentioned in one of his videos that we discussed that he would like to venture out here and see the Kentucky Derby. I can't, Miro X, I believe I may have butchered that. I'm sorry if I did. I haven't been on Discord in a while, so I may have messed that up. But either way,
Was it Agent X or Agent Zero that was at the Derby? We was trying to meet up with
yeah,
him.
we was trying to meet up with him at the Derby. Unfortunately, with all the people that was on Wi-Fi and the cell phone
Service
towers,
sucks.
it sucked. I wasn't in the best shape to meet anybody new anyway, but that tends to happen at the Derby. But we had a blast. Continue to just, you know, come in and show us that free support, whether it's like, comment, share, tell your friends. We're trying to generate new ideas that kind of stick out amongst everything else like that. If you're following the bourbon world and have been for the last couple of years, you understand that there's kind of a shift in the atmosphere of bourbon right now. I'm sure that some of the biggest distilleries out there that have dumped in millions and millions of dollars in renovations and upsizing and stuff like that are starting to freak out a little bit. If you follow Fred Minnick, he'll tell you that the secondary market is crashing, thankfully. Shout out to all the dickheads in the bourbon world that have caused that rise and spike of the secondary world. It's because of you guys that unfortunately some of the people that truly enjoy the bourbon world
Can't afford it.
can't afford it. You know, I see it all the time with all these bourbon events that we go to. They're strictly there just to win a bottle or buy a bottle
And flip it.
and you know that's all fun and games. You know, you do you, but at the end of the day, there's several people that just want to get together with their buddies and
Enjoy
watch
it.
a baseball game on TV. You know, sit in the man cave and just you know sit around, smoke a cigar, and just reflect on life. And you know, you guys are the reason why the crash of 2024, 2025 is coming in the bourbon world. And so it's kind of a little bit of a love-hate, right? Thank you. But I hated it too, you know. But actually, in our general area in northern Kentucky, there's been a big difference. My unicorn bottle is a George C. Stagg. And, you know, several years ago, it was about $2,000 to $3,000 that you could find it in a local liquor store. We got to see it this year down to $700. So that's part of what Fred Minnick was saying. You know, there's a nice, very educational video out on YouTube that you can go peep, and he'll put you more onto that kind of knowledge. But I look forward to being able to go out here and even pay a little above MSRP, right?
Yeah.
2 times MSRP
Ain't bad.
isn't terrible. I don't
Well,
know.
it depends on the MSRP.
Yeah.
I mean, even a George C. Stagg at 130, if I can
Oh,
find
yeah.
it for $300,
Oh,
but
sure.
everybody that's watching right now would agree. You know what I mean?
I just said that because like we were saying, that bottle comes out tomorrow is 400.
Right, and that's it. Like you said, that
I
there's
think
going to
the
be people in
distilleries-
secondary that is going to go wild for it.
Yeah.
And I'm all for bottle trades. I'll trade a bottle before I try to rip somebody off, and get a couple different trades in. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out here and feel like I got the holy grail at MSRP and then come on here on YouTube and say, hey, come buy my bottle for 5 times that price. That's not me. I'll trade bottles and
Yeah. Get something that we haven't
open
tried.
bottles
Yeah.
and things like that. But the secondary hunts have been wild. And, you know, I go home and, you know, the majority of my bottles are open. There's a couple series that I've been collecting just to, you know, look out that I haven't opened yet. but I would like to collect the series and just do a blind, to stack them up. And there's a few more bottles that I gotta find for a couple of different series that I've been after.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find a Rio. I still want a bottle of that Rio.
No, just to make casual conversation, seriously.
So like,
So I got another question that I think's interesting.
I have the entire 2XO lineup. I've been able to find that, and I haven't paid ridiculous secondary markets because a lot of you people out there are sleeping on 2XO.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't like the double oak concept either, which I'm perfectly fine with. Whether it's something that you tried or you haven't, I can tell you that the founder behind 2XO is a down to earth, couldn't meet a nicer person, humbled individual, and I thoroughly enjoy everything that man stands behind. Of course, just like everybody else, I want the Rainbow Series for the freaking Wellers. Not that I've tried the majority of the Wellers, at good prices within bars and friends and stuff like that. But it's just a shelf staple, right? You got friends that come over and they're like, oh, you got the whole lineup, right? And you can see behind us the Bourbon Jamaican. He wants the whole Boone County, lineup. At this point, he could advocate for Boone County in a lot of different ways. It's almost, what would be really cool is, from everything that we have as far as Boone County amongst the three of us, if we could go in there and speak to Boone County, and I know that it hurts your heart when we open up your bottles or whatever, but like imagine going into Boone County and presenting everything that you have from Boone County and saying, hey, can we do a live from your tasting room with everything that we have? Imagine what they would match with you that you don't have. You know what I mean? For instance, like that's just some of the ideas that pop up in my head. Is if you haven't been to Boone County, I know that we've touched base on it a couple different times, but their tasting room is unique in one in itself. They had somebody from across the pond come over here in Little Boone County, Kentucky, and you literally taste their bourbon inside of a charred barrel, and it's their renovation that they did is small scale to some of these bigger distilleries and everything like that, but it's so unique. Like it's one of them things that will stick out compared to any other tasting room that you've ever been a part of. Buffalo Trace is so commercialized. You go in there and they kind of run you through there like a number, right? But at Boone County, it's personable. You get the uniqueness of being in a charred barrel, and you're not going to have that experience at any other one, in my own opinion.
You can have this one.
But
Before we jump off here, I get a pour of that single barrel, or what?
what's in the barrel?
The one that we opened, the EX Taylor.
We got a Ian Shaler single barrel open?
Oh yeah.
God, Lee, what was I thinking?
So,
We got to a drunk ass last time.
yeah. So the other thing I was gonna ask you guys, just to make conversation, and I'm kinda interested. Chris, I know you already said, if there was one bottle out of everything in the world, there was one bottle.
That's my unicorn bottle. That ain't my one bottle though.
No, not like the only bottle to ever, the last bottle you'll ever have, nothing like that. If somebody said, what bottle do you want tomorrow at MSRP? You would say George T. Stagg?
No,
What'd you say?
I would say King of Kentucky
Then why do you say George T's your unicorn?
because that's the bottle that I want on my shelf.
But you don't want King of Kentucky on your shelf?
Of course I do, but if I could have it at MSRP, I would grab a King of Kentucky.
Yeah.
I got you.
Like I know that doesn't really add up probably, but at the end of the day, I've had all of them, right? Pours of them all from different years and different statements and everything like that. But as far as like a presentation for the King of Kentucky and overall, I honestly thought that the King of Kentucky was better than the George T. Stagg. And I've had a couple different King of Kentuckys, and I've had about 4 or 5 different George T. Staggs. I'm getting ready to go to Virginia here soon and drink another one from 2023 at 135 proof. Shout out Spring Carrot. I can't wait to come open that thing with you. My buddy in Virginia won he actually won a Virginia lottery and got that thing at $130. So he's either going to hold on to it to bring it to us and when he can visit, or I'm going down there and I'm going to drink the whole thing.
So how about you?
Uh,
And then we have a comment.
I'm kind of on the fence. For me,
One bottle. If somebody called you tomorrow and said one bottle at MSRP.
man, I like that Laurel Weller,
The William LaRue.
William LaRue.
You know, that's that thing is phenomenal too,
Yeah.
bro.
It's-
It really is.
It's funny that you said that because that's my answer.
Yeah.
The King of Kentucky's worth more. So like, yeah, it's hard to turn that down at MSRP, but I truly think that the William LaRue Weller is probably the best thing I've ever done.
I've actually, I would say like, in 2022, that it was probably way better than the George T. Stagg.
Yeah, that is my hunt for this year. Like if I see it, if it's at a decent price, I'm gonna get it regardless. If it's nothing crazy, but that's one I definitely would like to get. And I'm sure these guys are gonna weasel me into opening it, but.
So,
Yeah, right.
For our latest comment, Housen, Pfeiffer, Brady here, he'll be able to answer that. He's had a couple last releases of the Penelope Rio. He says, I have heard the hype as well on the Penelope Rio. Any idea if it's worth a hunt? I found it for $225+ in Paducah, Kentucky, and didn't know whether or not to pull the trigger on it. Seeing I've had a couple of different pours of Penelope at 225, I'm gonna be skeptical and probably walk out the store without it. But like I said, he's had a lot more pours of it, so he'll be able to answer that to you.
So I've had both batches of the Penelope Rio now. I have one friend that loves the Penelope Rio. It's like it's one of his favorite bottles, but his cap is $150. I luckily got both of them for $100.
And one of them should have been
And,
mine, but I'm gonna let it slide.
It to me, no, there's no way I'd pay $225. Max I'd pay is $100, and even then I don't think it's worth it.
Like 150.
No, I would not pay a penny over 99. Now that to each their own. Like Sheldon pay $150.
My max price point for the Rio is also $150. I enjoy. It's kind of like this Boone County sitting up here, right? It's got a real nice label on it, and it's a staple piece when you walk in.
So the best thing you can do is go try it.
Yeah.
In Paducah, I don't know what kind of bourbon bars you got, but if you ever go towards Louisville,
Try it at a bar.
try it at a bar, and you can determine that for yourself. Because the first one, I was willing to pay whatever on that first one. I luckily got it for MSRP. I tried it, and I was like, wow, it's so sweet, and it's a low proof. It's not bourbon to me. So
The best way so you don't feel like that you overpay for a price is always go and pay the $20 to $50 for a pour, and then that way you don't feel like you cheated yourself, right? Or you overpaid for a whole bottle that you don't enjoy.
So there's a couple other Amberana fillers. So Rio is affiliated with like Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, and it's the wood. It's a Brazilian wood called Amberana. Did I pronounce it right?
Correct, but the Rio is also honey finished.
Yeah,
That's what makes it stand out.
different from the other Amberana. So RD1 has an Amberana.
That's
and
really good.
Boone County has an Amberana. So if you think you're missing out, or if you want to try something close enough, I would suggest RD1 Amberana. It's the green label. Or if you can come across the Boone County Amberana cast finish, you can't go wrong.
So the RD1 Amburon is like $60, and I haven't brought it over yet. We did.
We did.
No, what I'm about to say, sorry. RD1 I did. My RD1's gone. It was really good. I got another Amburon. I haven't brought it yet, but it's a Lucky 7. You can buy it actually online, and they'll ship it to you. Granted, it's $90, but I think it's the best Amburon I've had, personally. Because it tastes like a cinnamon roll. It's cinnamon, and then it has like a cream cheese icing note to it. It's really
I
good.
think our next.
So with that being said, you gonna put that up against the French oak?
It would destroy the French oak.
Well, I mean,
It's also 120 proof.
oh, well, yeah.
I think our next video will be brought to you by Brady's,
No,
man cave.
next week's
Come
gonna
on
be
over.
week.
Yes, next week is Jim Beam week. Big time.
So we're doing everything Jim Beam.
Yes.
Alright,
Well,
I'm down.
the headliner is going to be Jim Beam. What we compare it to may not be,
Alright.
such as that Parker's.
You know, last year, Jim Beam actually, came out with a lot that, you know, I felt like that they were actually a slept-on distillery last year. And, they continue to put out several different things this year. And, it's a lot of fun trying what they're releasing right now.
Yeah, that little book that came out this year is Bry. I think the Parker's would be a great bottle to put up against the little book.
Alright, well,
And put it up against the Little Book Chapter 7 because that was majority rye as well.
what was it?
You sure?
Yeah.
Sure he doesn't do his homework. Yeah, I love doing homework, don't you? Alright, so guys, with that said, I hope y'all enjoyed our little happy National Bourbon Day happy hour.
Yeah, cheers to you guys. Thanks for tuning in and showing the channel some love. And if you made it this far, just tuning in, happy Bourbon Day to you guys, National Day to you guys. The bottles up here is Fresh Crack Fridays, and continue to come back and enjoy the content, and look out for some new bottles being brought to you guys' attention.
Yeah. I know it's summer, it's hot, y'all will get more tequila, vodka, but we're 12 months a year, 365, man. It's always bourbon with the Bourbon Jamaican, dropping news, Brady the Great. I hope y'all enjoyed. Come back and see us.
Thanks, guys.
Damn, I can't